So I've been taking just a two-pronged approach to understanding how to build and kind of cultivate these research practice partnerships. The first one is really working directly with educators. So really starting to kind of put together the ideas around the science of learning in a way that is free of jargon and using real words and really respecting the wisdom of practice and starting to understand how we might bring the science of learning into the teaching practice, but then again also having the teaching practice up-leveling and informing the science of learning. The second piece is actually going directly with students. And so this is actually the research work that I've been doing. So this is typically the educator work is typically the outreach work, so a lot of teacher training and professional development. And then the work with students is my empirical research, which I'll tell you a little bit about. So I do my work with educators through my nonprofit that Youngmoo talked about, and then I do the work directly with students through my lab at UCSF. Okay, so let's talk about the work with educators. This is really, it's my favorite work, truly. Really starting to get out into the classroom and hearing what teachers know and talking to them about what science tells us about how brains learn has been just the most exciting work that I've been doing in the last 15 years. And so the process that we go through is we usually start a conversation around what are some common things that we think about how people learn. And let's think about what of those are actually based in evidence and what of those are actually bunk. There are a lot of myths of learning that are perpetuated throughout the country, throughout the world, that are actually either completely have no evidence around them, or there's evidence to show that they're just not true, and that's not how the brain learns. And so it's a really important conversation to figure out what your mental model of how people learn is, and what of that is has some support to it, and what doesn't.